subject code COM107, that is COM107. Before moving towards our subject, first of all, we have to know what is meant by statistics. So statistics is the word we can use in our personal life as well as in our professional life. In personal life as well as professional life, this word we can use in very well manner. Statistics is the collection of figures which are very important for anticipation of future, for taking a firm decision purpose. But this word is come from different words. Which are those? First, it comes from the Latin word that is status, which means statistics. Second, it came from the Italian word statista, which means the statistics. And last one, it came from the German word statistik, which means the statistics. And in short, the meaning of all these words is political state. Means in government point of view, the statistics is very important. In a form of census survey, the government get a lot of information of the people who live in our country. Here we discuss on the two statements. First, height of all students in a class and second, height of Roman is 5 feet. First statement, height of all students in a class, and second statement, height of Roman is 5 feet. From these statements, it is clear that first statement is a form of statistics and second one is not a form of statistics, because in a form of statistics we collect a information in a bulk manner, that is in a huge manner, but the height of Roman is 5 feet. It is a singular form, that is the information which is available with us in a single manner. So that's why it is not came under the statistics. So statistics is the collection of huge information, broad information in a systematic way which helps to take a right decision in a right manner. What are the functions of statistics? First, it represents facts in exact form. Statistics provide a proper information in a systematic manner, at the same time in a plural form. So that's why whatever we know, we can arrange it in a systematic way, that is in an exact form. So with the help of statistics, we can arrange the data in a useful manner. Second, it simplifies complex data. As earlier we discussed in different examples, that is a data of village, we have a 10,000 people who engage in different fields of occupation. So that is the complex data, but with the help of occupational differentiation, that is farmers, businessmen, next job holders. So with the help of that, we can arrange that complex data in a simplified manner, that is in a simple manner. Next, it helps in comparison. In previous example, that is the result of commerce faculty of any college, so we can compare that result in a previous years. At the same time, we can compare that data in art faculty, science faculty or management faculty. So with the help of statistics, we can compare our data with our competitors and also on. Next, formulate different policies in different field. As we know, government conduct a different policies in a different field. That is, in case of agriculture, government provide a different functions as well as different policies in agricultural field. In business one, government provide a different policies in business field. That is, in service one, they provide a different policies for that person. But if we don't know how many people belong to which category, then it is very difficult to formulate any policies. So that's why government conduct a census survey every 10 years, so that government get a clear-cut data of persons who belong to which category. So that's why with the help of that stat, with the help of that figures, it helps to formulate or to arrange a different policies in different fields. Next, study the relationship. So with the help of statistics, we can easily study the relationship between demand and supply. As we know, demand is uncertain, it may be changed as per time to time. So if we have a good data of previous years and current year, so with the help of that, we can easily arrange or we can easily manage the gap in between demand and supply. So that's why to study the relationship is quite easy with the help of statistics. Next, predict the future. As we know, future is uncertain and we can't decide what will happen in next moment. So that's why to accurate prediction or to approximate prediction purpose, we must have a good data collection. We must have the statistical analysis. So with the help of statistical data, we can predict the future demand of our product easily. Last, measure the uncertainty and test the hypothesis. Hypothesis which based on the assumption, we certain things assume for what purpose? To predict the future purpose. So uncertainty or the risk level of any company get minimized with the help of statistical data. If we have a good information in a form of statistical manner, then we can test our hypothesis easily, and on the basis of that we can measure the uncertainty level and minimize it and formulate our policies in a better way or in a systematic way. So this is about the functions of statistics. The scope of statistics is very huge as well as vast. In a different types of fields, the statistical role is different and very important. In organizational point of view, in case of production department, statistics is important. So on behalf of statistical data, a company take a corrective action how many goods we have to be produced in given particular period of time. So that's why statistics is important in production. In marketing field, which type of policies are important? Next, in case of HR, that is human resource, how we can manage the human resources, how we can arrange the presenting absentee report. Next, how we can arrange the induction programs and all the programs. So with the help of statistical data, the company can get easily information of our employees. Next, in case of finance, the statistical data is also important to take a corrective action. In government point of view, government formulate the different policies in different fields. So that's why they also important the statistical data, so they can take a corrective or right action with the help of available information. If we don't have a proper information, then we can't take a corrective action or we can't take a proper decision. So that's why the role of statistics as well as scope of statistics is very huge, and statistics helps to predict the future in a system greatest common advantage. Example, you will get a clear idea about statistics. This example is based on assumption basis. So, in this example, we found 10,000 persons which are engaged in village in different field. So, on the basis of occupation, we will distribute in a different manner. But before distribution, we have a information of only 10,000 people which are engaged or which are living in village or which are engaged in different fields. So this is a complex data. Means we don't know how many shopkeepers are there, how many farmers are there, how many office job workers are there, or how many businessmen are there. So when we simplify it, then we will get a clear-cut information of each and every perspective. So how we can distribute it? So on the basis of occupation, this information we will distribute in a 4 sub-forms. First form is farmers. So second form is shopkeepers. Third form is office job, and last one is businessman. But if someone asks how much of businessmen are belong to male or how much belong to female, so we don't have any idea. So that's why we again distribute it in a 2 factors, that is male and female. So that's why we will get a clear-cut data in a bulk manner, so we can take a corrective actions with the help of this data. So the example is in farmers, on the basis of occupation we found 4,000 male and 3,000 female. Next, on the basis of occupation, in case of shopkeepers we found 1,000 male in a village and 500 females in a village. In case of office job as an occupation, we found 800 male and 400 females. And last one, as an occupation, businessman found 200 male and 100 female. So with the help of this data, we can calculate how many farmers are there. 4,000 plus 3,000 is equal to 7,000. Second, 1,000 plus 500 is equal to 1,500. Next, 800 plus 400 is equal to 1,200. And last, 200 plus 100 is equal to 300. 0, 0, 0, 10,000. 0, 0, 1 plus 1, 5, 5, 10, 0, 4,000. Next, 0, 0, 6,000. So with the help of this figure, we can scrutinize it or simplify it in a simple manner. So someone asks how many of them belong to shopkeeper category. So we will get a clear-cut answer. There are 1,200 people are engaged as a shopkeeper category in a form of occupation. How many of male are belong to office job? So there are 800 persons or 800 male are belong to office job. How many total numbers of farmers are engaged in village? So there are 7,000 farmers as an occupation they are engaged in a village. So how we can clearly give the answer of that question? among 10,000. So in a village there are 10,000 people are engaged in different occupation, but we don't have any clear-cut idea how many persons are engaged in each type of occupation and how many of them are male or female. But when we distribute it in a systematic way, so that's why we can take a corrective actions or we can solve any problem easily and systematically. So that's why statistics is important. Another example, here we have to calculate the statistical result of commerce faculty of any college. How we can arrange it? So as we know, we have to classify the commerce faculty result data of any college. In commerce faculty, there are three classes that are FY, SY and TY. Next, we want to know how many students are boys and girls. So that's why we also distribute in boys and girls. Next, we have to calculate the result of that commerce faculty. So result also we can distribute it in first class, second class, pass class and fail. So we will get the data in that format. So now we can arrange this data in a systematic manner in a form of classes. First class, that is FY, first year. Next, second year, and next third year, that is TY. In first class, some are boys, some of them are girls, and total number of students. Same likewise, boys, girls, and total number of students. Boys, girls, and total number of students. Next, first class, second class, pass class, and fail. And last one is total. So with the help of this arrangement, we can get a clear-cut data of every year. That is, how many students of FY belong to first class, how many of them are boys, how many them of girls, and how many total numbers of students having first class. Likewise, in second year, how many belongs to second class, how many of them are boys, how many them are girls, and how many total numbers of students are there. Likewise, in TY, how many of first class, how many of them second class, and how many of them students are pass class, and how many of them are in a fail category. So with the help of this systematic arrangement, we can get a clear-cut data of result of commerce faculty. So with the help of this data, we can compare it in a previous year. At the same time, we can compare it in another faculties. So we can take a corrective actions of a particular class as well as particular faculty. The result of commerce students is good, bad, very good. So this can be done with the help of this age wise. So that's why we distribute it in a different factors in 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. Means we form in a different factors 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 and 80 to 100. So with the help of these factors we distribute it in a male and female also. So in between age 0 to 20 we found 1000 male and female 500 are there. In between age 20 to 40 we found 1500 male and 1000 female. In between age 40 to 60 we found 500 male and 500 female. In between age 60 to 80 we found 2000 male and 1000 female. And last, in between age 80 to 100 we found 1000 male and 1000 female. This example is based on approximation and assumption basis. Kindly note it. So with the help of that figures we get an exact data how many people are belong the age group in between 0 to 20 is equal to 1000 plus 500 is equal to 1500. Next, in between age group 20 to 40 we found total numbers are person 2500. Next, the age group in between 40 to 60 we found the total numbers are 1000. The age group 60 to 80 we found total numbers are 3000. And last group in between 80 to 100 we found total number of persons are 2000. We take addition. Total 6000. So our total is also matched. We distribute the 10,000 persons in between male and female. We found that 6,000 are male and 4,000 are female. With the help of age-wise proper distribution, we found 6,000 male and 4,000 female. So if someone asks how many persons are belong to age group 40 to 60, we will get the answer. There are 1000. Next, how many people are belong to age group 80 to 100? The answer is 2000. How many male persons are engaged in between age group 20 to 40? The answer is 1500. How we can get these answers very easily and effectively? Because of that type of distribution, because of that type of systematic arrangement. So that's why statistics is very important to take a corrective actions, to take a strong decision in personal manner as well as in a professional manner. So with the help of